Hi everybody, Martin Norton, Seed Relationship Lead Learner, and I've got some fantastic news for those people that are actually waiting for the photography workshop. So, we've actually got a commencement date, and it's Monday, the 26th of March 2012, a little more than a month away. Class times are 8 in the morning until 10, 11 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon, and 3 in the afternoon until 5 in the early evening. Now, I dare say you're probably thinking, why those times? Well, over the last 12 months, those are the times that seem to be the ones that fitted in best with people's personal circumstances and their shift patterns. So, irrespective of whether you're on processing, distribution or deliveries, we're hoping that this kind of structure is actually going to make things easily accessible to you. So, what will we be covering during these workshops? Well, we'll be looking at photography from a beginner's point of view, with a view of actually improving your skill set, so that you're taking snapshots that you take on holiday or around and out and about into something that's really visually stimulating and you'd love to see framed and hung on the wall. So, irrespective of whether you've got something like this, which is a bog standard mobile phone, or something posh like this rather lovely DSLR, the rules that and the tips that we're going to give you ideally will cross over everything, whether you're using mobile phones, compact cameras, point and shoots, or DSLRs. The rules that we're going to be looking at are applicable to all those. And to that end, we'll be looking at the settings that you've got on your camera. You know, all those little funny symbols that you've got on it when you turn the dial, and you've got like MP, AV, TV. We'll be looking at those kinds of modes. We'll be looking at the shutter speed and aperture and how important that they are when you're taking a photograph. We'll be looking at composition and how to frame a shot, and how to turn something that would be pretty ordinary into something that's, like I said, visually stimulating, something that's dynamic, you know, just grabs your attention straight away. We'll be looking at exposure and how important that is, from having something that looks like a white cat in a snowstorm that's overexposed, or something that's really, really dark, is underexposed, and how these can affect your photographs. We'll also be looking at the importance of lighting. So, irrespective of whether you're using daylight or, like in the case of this, a nice little video light, how important lighting is to the finished results, and how you can turn something that would ordinarily look quite ordinary into something that's really, really dynamic. We're going to have with just adding some dramatic lighting to it. We'll also be looking at editing your photographs as well. So we'll be looking at the software that's involved there, such as Photoshop Elements, Photoshop CS5, CorelDRAW, and we'll be most importantly looking at some free alternatives that are just as good, but they happen to be free. So, because we'll be looking at editing photographs, we are limited to the amount of people that can actually come into these particular workshops, and it's 12 people per class. And that's simply because we've only got 12 laptops. So, if you're interested in this, and I know there's a lot of you that are, get in touch as soon as possible. If you're watching this on the Learning Centre's website or the Facebook page, because we are on Facebook, you've got your option of emailing us normally, or giving me a tinkle on the phone number that's there, or you can actually fill in one of the online course interest forms, which is available in the contact section in the links above. What was one of those? I think it's over here. Over here? Contact us, fill it in, and it'll ask you for what workshop you're interested in. You just click digital photography, and it'll ask you for an email to input your email address and a contact number. Don't worry, these details are treated in the utmost confidence and are not passed on to anybody else. So you've got that option. Or if you want, you can find one of the notices that are at the mail centre, and should be up on the walls at Campbell Street as well. And I know the letters have gone out to the retired members. Make a note of the email address and phone number there and get in touch as soon as possible, because, as I said, we're limited to 12 people per class. I'm excited by this. I may not sound it, but I've got a bit of a cold. And it's one of the first times that we as a branch have moved away from doing something that's purely academic to something that's something for you guys, to get you into the learning centre and get you used to learning again. Because for a lot of people it's going to be a new experience after a long break, and we want to make this experience as enjoyable as possible. So there you go. Get in touch. No, you know you want to. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for listening, and thank you for joining the Learning Revolution. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.